Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades as per usual. Now let's dive into the analysis here. As you guys can probably tell, we had a nice little down day today, pullback in the SPY down 19 basis points. Although the small caps were the one that were hit the hardest today, down about 1.38%. So again, we cannot overlook the fact that we may be going for a little bit of a dip down here before we actually rally back up to these levels for 230, 220 if we are going to get that melt up scenario. And then we can take a look at wave edge here very quickly. As you guys can see, big money today selling again. Big amount of volume coming in from big money, although the price didn't go down that much, but we should see a little bit of downside. There is a gap fill down here at 510, and we actually still have not filled the gap all the way down here that we created on this gap open yesterday, or the other day, I should say, on Thursday. But yeah, I mean, overall, the market is still buy the dip. You know, everyone continues to buy up. These big names like NVDA, Microsoft, not Apple. Apple is actually selling big. Google, Meta, Amazon, all these names, Mag 7, continue to float higher and cause the market to continue to float up. All right, so that's basically it. It's really simple. You know, if you're fighting this trend, it's obviously very difficult at the moment. Dow Jones pushing higher, and yeah, when we take a look at a market cipher, you can see on the weekly time frame we have confirmed a red dot. Like I said, you know, we confirmed a red dot in the previous tops as well, but we can continue to push higher. Monthly time frame is not showing any significant top just yet. Not yet, right? And then the daily, you still have strong green money flow, and the momentum waves continue to push higher. So it's just extending the wave, right? When we look at individual names, when we take a look here, let's dive right into some individual names. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple pulling back here. To me, looks like you just finished your wave one, you're doing a two, and now you're going to come back in a 3, 4, and a 5, and hopefully take out this low here and make a very nice bullish divergence. And at that point, I'd be a strong buyer of Apple, maybe even open some calls, and we'll see how we're going to do from there. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA doing something very similar, just an extended B wave. I have readjusted the target as the B wave extends higher. Then the target will move up as it should. But let's say NVIDIA, you know, could the wave 4 already be in? Is it that bullish? You know, people that ready to buy NVIDIA and this is it? We're not going to get any more than this? I mean, at that point, you just gotta strap in, and we're gonna go for the $1,200, $1,000 level on Nvidia. But to me, I think we should pull back just a little bit more, and then shake out some people that are FOMO'd in these last couple of days. And at that point, it could be a nice little dip buy. We'll have to look at some panic selling from investors, and at that point, you have a nice little trade setup here with this buy area. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla coming nicely out of this area here. Actually, I shouldn't say coming out of the area. We are still in the buy area, although we did tag a nice little downsloping trend line. We're focusing right now that this fifth wave is in and it's finished and Tesla is ready to go higher. But on the off chance that we do go lower, there is a gap fill area right here at 146 and 18 cents. So that should be the bottom of this buy zone here as well. So other than that, this should be really the final level for Tesla. It's oversold, it's beaten up, and if we're going to go to higher highs in this market, then these names will lead the market, right? They're going to push up. Apple and Tesla are going to come back up. Meta, Google, they're all going to keep going higher, right? If that's the case. Let me take a look here at a few more things. We'll take a look at PayPal. PayPal is, I believe, on breakout mode, but it did pull back just a tad today. So it looks like the wave one could already be done here. And now we're just going to come back in a 2, and then we'll hopefully get into a 3, 4, and a 5. Ooh, big yawn. Sorry, I could not hold it in. I'm very tired right now. Obviously, we'll cover some of the miners here. So crypto miners, again, getting beat up as per usual. Not just kidding, not as per usual, but they are set to pull back a little bit deeper. Wave 4 should be finished now, and now you should be coming down in a fifth wave in the larger A wave here, and then it'll be finished. You'll form either a big surge back up with a bounce, or a flat or something, or trying to sort of chop sideways, and you make one more lower low, and then you'll be in this accumulation zone before the next rally higher when Bitcoin has its halving, all that good stuff, and it's going to be primed and ready to go. All right, let me take a look at let me cover a few more names here. I'll actually check the TLT because the dollar is surging. The dollar is surging, but yields are falling, right? And the market seems to want to go higher, as the Nasdaq showed us today and the other day, that the market can still push higher even though the dollar is going to surge. However, commodities, right, are now getting the brunt of it, like gold, silver, all getting hammered down on a higher dollar. WTI, which is the West Texas oil. You got natural gas in the toilet as well. And again, that gas could be on its way to be, melting down here into the lower lows. But I'll follow up with you guys. The two could already be in, and you might just be entering a very big impulse down sooner than later. Yeah, this is Solana. You're going to close that. But overall, it looks like the TLT, it still could be going down, right? It still could. It's the path is not clear right now. It's not clear. Stochastics on the daily seems to have reset. But the thing is that it could also just be another 1-2 towards the downside. So the TLT might go lower, which means yields are going to go higher, right? We're going to get a little bit of a spike up in yields. And right now, it's not showing that at all, right? Where yields are pulling back. And we got pretty darn close to invalidating this 1-2 setup because we got pretty close to the highs here. But if it does cross over, then this is now invalid, right? This is now invalid, and we're still in the C leg, and it's just gonna push higher. It's gonna push higher, and you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for it. You just don't want to get in the way of this thing because it's gonna be hot and heavy, and it's gonna get ugly. Yeah, A, B, C, something like that. But I'll follow up with you guys on the yields. And you can look at the 10-year too, right? 10-year at resistance, tagged it, double topped. Looks like it's pulling back hard now. Rate cuts coming. But this is Jerome. Are they really going to cut rates when inflation is this high? It's $1 million question. But to me, it looks like they've chosen that path. They've chosen inflation, death by inflation, right? They're going to kill the dollar eventually. Let's take a look at a few more names. Let me get back up to here where the popular stocks are. Obviously, our tech stocks are all the most popular ones. Everyone loves those tech stocks. Let me check the comment section very quickly to see if anyone left any comments for me to analyze some names for them. We actually been getting a lot of subscribers. We're almost at 1,000, so slow and steady wins the race. What about that trading view link? Okay, so someone's asking about setting up a service for me to do analysis on individual names. Yeah, I mean, I probably will look into that this weekend. I'm not sure how I'm gonna structure it because everyone has different names that they want me to take a look at, and I can't completely do all the stocks and have 1 million charts saved. I guess I could, but it's going to be a lot of maintenance, right? I'm a one-man army here. I'm also managing the Crypto Mickey Discord and the Crypto Mickey YouTube channel, which has over 30,000 subscribers. So someone's asking me to take a look at AMTX. Looks ready to pop on heavy volume, probably short squeeze, but it has strong upside potential. He's a bit fearful. Scammy pump and dumps. Okay, let's take a look at AMTX. AMTX. Ametis Incorporated. Is this a pharmaceutical? No, chemical tea specialist. Wow, this thing is very volatile. Holy, this thing has lots of pump and dumps. It tends to pump up on news, appears. Sore left in the stock. I mean, these, and it's low volume too, but except for today, came in with huge volume, right? Look, pop, very heavy pop on heavy volume. So it looks good. But it's nice that it popped on heavy volume. But the thing is I know nothing about the fundamentals of this company, and when a chart is like this, and it's take out its IPO low, it could go lower. But let's take a look at the weekly. It's actually got a good amount of data in terms of RSI here. 3. Wow, this is a very ugly chart. This is a very ugly chart, and it's difficult to chart right now. No, it's not. I cannot make a 5-wave move out of this. I can make 5 waves down, maybe. No, not really. I can't even read this. Let me take a look at AMTX here on market side. See if they can, if the Elliott wave indicator can even chart anything out of this. It's having a hard time too. This thing can chart almost anything on Elliott wave. But I can give you short term, maybe the short term. In the short term, when we take a look at the daily, it's obviously long in the tooth. It's extended, right? Okay, all right. So if this is the case, if let's just say this was your low, you're starting a whole new cycle, which already is a deep wave to pullback. Is usually what you want to see, right? And you're going for this upside move, right? You're again, by no means is this any financial advice. Does it have potential? Yeah, any stock has potential, but this one seems to have a very low volume, 14,800,000. So this last couple of days were in the millions, but usually it's like 100 500,000 shares, right? Then you'll just drag the low here to the high. Sorry, from the previous low of wave 1 to the low of wave 2. And then you can formulate a short-term target. Okay, so that'll be your wave 3. Then you'll pull back in a 4. But the 3 can go beyond this. You know, you should know that the third wave can go beyond and higher than the 618. If it's truly a wave 3, they can go past the 1.618 and go and just keep going. And then once the third wave ends, then you calculate your wave 4 retrace based on this entire move, right? Kind of what we're doing, kind of like what we're doing for Bitcoin, right? Take a look at Bitcoin. I'll just get on the Bitcoin chart. Just to give you an example, right? So Bitcoin, obviously, very extended third wave. Now you calculate your pullback in wave 4. We're looking between 59,000 to 54, right? So sorry, 59 to 51.4. So somewhere in this area. But yeah, for this one, it's a very risky trade. When we look at market cipher on the weekly, the good thing is that you have a reduction in red money flow, and it is creeping back to the green. Once it's in the green, you could have a historical pump, something like this, 1,000%, 1,200%. But for me personally, this is not a name that I would play into. But do what you think is the best, and hopefully, I hope you make money on this investment or trade that you're doing. Let me take a look here at someone else that left some messages. Let's just check back on the DWAC. Someone asked me to take a look at that the other day. So yeah, I had a big down day today, but it is holding this pivot low here around the wave 4. So as long as it holds, then you should be okay. If it starts to break lower, then we need to consider the fact that maybe the high has been made here, and we are going for a much lower low. You know, I did think that SMCI had made its high, right? But what it did was make a low, and then it went to our nominal high, and now it's starting to roll over, lose momentum, all that stuff. So it should probably pull back in a larger correction. And when it's finished, maybe it'll stabilize back around the $300 area. But none of this has to do with fundamentals. Again, don't believe anyone that they need to sell you the idea that buying here is a great idea. All right, when you buy a stock at a great valuation, you don't need to tell everyone else why you're doing it. You just do it because you know it's right. And I keep reading on Yahoo comments why they're justifying their buys up here. Not sure why. But when I'm picking up gold miners at these ridiculously low levels, I just buy, you know, and I make my case. And I mean, I don't really need to make my case. I don't tell anyone. I just buy because I know it's a good, and I'm confident. Even if it goes lower, I'll buy some more because the price of silver and gold will appreciate, right? So that's what you do as a confident investor. And those investors that are buying at these highs are not confident, and they will most likely either be giant bag holders or they'll just be shaken out once we get a significant drop in these types of names. But yeah, these semis are strong, right? The semiconductors is a strong sector, and you know the saying: when the semis are strong, there's nothing wrong. But when the semis fail, you better bail. All right. Anyways, that's basically it. I don't think we covered everything for today. Gold and silver are pulling back. It's going to be a nice little dip buy here if it can come back to the 23 and 80 cents area. I will be looking to open some longs on silver if it can get back here, and I'm going to be looking to hold them for a longer period of time. I think this was your first wave, and we're doing an ABC now. I'll be doing some Elliott wave on silver, and I'll be giving you guys my analysis as soon as possible, probably this weekend. And as far as the service goes for TradingView, um, like chart analysis, I will look into it this weekend. Feel free to whoever's requesting, feel free to join the Discord. I'll be more than happy to give you some free analysis right now. But until then, if you want dedicated analysis on a daily basis for one name, I'll look into that kind of service. Okay. Anyways, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. Relax. It is over. The casino is closed, and we'll see you all on Monday.